What's up, water signs? This one's for you. Going to be doing an energy reading for this week. So if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, just jumping straight into getting some cards. Hope y'all are doing well. All right, the Queen. Determination, sacrifice. I actually got this in a personal reading yesterday, and it really is just saying like you've had to leave a lot behind to get where you are now, and regretting those decisions is not going to, help you as you move forward. So kind of understand that all the sacrifices that you've been making is worth where you're going. So yeah, if you're having regrets, I don't know, this one might be for you. But let's get into it and see how it's showing up in your personal life. If you do not care about the cards coming out, you're welcome to skip ahead. Wow. All right, so we're starting with the Nine of Swords. So this is definitely relating to those feelings that I was talking about with the Queen, of like maybe feelings of regret, feeling like you maybe going the wrong way, or like you're not doing the right thing. But I see that quickly resolves itself because you're stepping into a new beginning. I feel like this is kind of like ready or not energy. It's like, you're stepping into this new life, whether you feel emotionally prepared to or not. But there is the end of a tough cycle here. A really tough growing cycle is coming to an end. And maybe these feelings are what's being left behind. Maybe you're finding some liberation now from these heavy moments. But yeah, it's still hard to step into, and with the Eight of Swords here, it might feel like you don't know where to go anymore. You don't know what to do. There's a new era that you're stepping into that you may just feel a little weird in the current role that you're playing. It's just different than the last one. So yeah, I definitely feel like you're able to, get out of this energy pretty quick by trusting that your intuition is leading the way. You can know that you're on the right path because your gut is telling you so. And I feel like this is more like your mind trying to mess with you, and in both of these, no one else is in there. So there's no conflict with anyone else but yourself. So I definitely feel like your intuition can kind of reel you back in and bring you back to center, and with the Two of Cups here, this could be in regards to a relationship for some of you, but I definitely feel like it's mainly about your inner harmony, and your inner union, kind of coming together and understanding of like, okay, my feminine side might be sad about this, but my masculine side, oh no, I feel like it's the other way around. Yeah, I feel like it's my masculine side is uncomfortable because we don't know where we're going, but my feminine intuition is telling me everything is going to be okay, and that can kind of calm these nerves. And that's what I see happening emotionally within you with this card right here. So yeah, you're able to get back up. It's not saying that you haven't been hurt or, pushed down or pushed around a couple times, but yeah, there's a lot of illusions that I feel like you're finally going to be walking away from and finding finding your emotional truth, you know, what's true for you about what you feel and where you're at, and not what your ego is trying to tell you or what other people are influencing on you, or, you know, whatever comparisons you're making, whatever it is that's got you feeling like fucked up where you're at. I really feel like you're going to find what works emotionally, like what lens you can look out of. And I feel like you've really learned a lot about how to come back to center. Like I said before, I feel like you've learned a lot about how to find the calm within the storm and not allow your brain to fuck up this new beginning. It feels like it's almost like this feels like a self-sabotaging energy mentally. It doesn't feel like you're doing many like self-sabotaging habits outside of you, but it definitely feels like internally you're kind of really at war with yourself. You know, I'm seeing like this fighting scene on the bed. It's just really, you're kind of just fighting a lot internally. But I really feel like you're figuring this out. You know, when we get to the Queen of Cups, this is when you start to feel better and start to really just sit with your emotions and pay attention to them and learn from them and see, why are these feelings coming up? Why are these, you know, negative thoughts trying to talk to me right now? What is this emotion that's needing to be released at this time? So yeah, I really feel like you're learning a lot about your emotional states and how to better handle them, you know. And yeah, this is a rebirth. You know, you stepped into that new beginning, but this is where shit really changes, you know, because the rebirth comes and then the Magician. So this is saying you've gone through a major transformation emotionally, and it's going to show in your outer world. So yeah, I really feel like you're doing great, and there are a lot of adjustments being made. So it might feel weird, but you know, with the embers coming out of that, it's like, I feel like these are going to make you feel a lot better, you know? So honestly, keep going in this journey, because there's a lot of beauty in store for you. You know, with the Ace of Cups coming up, it's saying like there's a lot of abundance, emotional abundance in store for you in this next era. But a lot of things need to fall apart so that the new stuff can come together. You know, it takes some readjusting, like I said, you know, and redefining and, you know, realigning so that you can get to where you actually want to be. It's just going to take some definite perspective shifts, you know, and maybe seeing things differently than you had before. All right, let's get some confirmational messages with the good tarot. All right, wow, you see the Queen of Air. So this is actually the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords showing up over the Nine of Swords. This tells me you've really mastered this. You are no longer going to be falling victim to your thoughts, you know? And when I say that, it's not to say that negative thoughts won't come up, but the way that you handle them is going to be so much different. You're going to see that there's a message in these emotions that are coming up, and you're going to be able to communicate them more effectively. Six of Water. Okay, so yeah, so this is saying like, you know, you might get caught up in some nostalgia, some really, you know, oh man, like romanticizing the past, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's see what card comes out next to see how you'll transition out of that. But I really feel like that's what this is about. Yeah, rest. So anytime that's happening, you just need to take a step back and rest and remind yourself of why you left those past situations. You're not there for a reason. And if you don't know why you're not there anymore, maybe you just need to be patient and see where you end up, to see what you had to let go of, to see what you hold. You know, with the Queen, I feel like that's the main message that it was trying to say, is like understanding that letting go of these things is taking you to everything that you want, everything that you desire. Shit, that flew. Wow, oh my gosh. Transformation. This is the one. This is it. Yeah, you are transforming right now. Yeah, and I keep seeing like teamwork, conflict, you know, in the deck as I'm like kind of looking at it, and the star is really shining. So I feel like you're healing a lot of things because of this conflict. This conflict is going to do more for you than you realize. You know, conflict can really show our motives and our intentions and really clear out whatever is kind of lurking underneath the surface. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like things are moving. It just might be really hard right now. You know, it's like you're in like the final stretch, I'm feeling, before you get to what you've been, you know, aiming towards. But you need to work through your fears. Damn, these cards keep coming out 2 at a time. That's interesting. Take time to breathe out. Yeah. On that, me putting that on rest and recuperation, healing and meditation, you might just need to like take a second. Yeah, it's a time to give rather than take. And when I say that, I mean like a time to give to yourself rather than take from yourself. I feel like you need to nurture yourself right now. I really feel like you need to kind of allow yourself to feel these emotions that are coming up for you, because it's important. There's something in this that you need to transcend. You know, there's something in this that you need to work through. You know, work through your fears. You know, what's coming up? Why are you fearful of this next stage? Why? It just kind of like ask yourself these questions, and not in an overwhelming way, but in a way that gets you clarity, because that's why it's coming up. It's like these waters are murky and you need to clear them out. You need to figure out what it's trying to tell you, because that's why it's coming up. It's trying to tell you something. It's not coming up to hurt you. It's coming up to help you. Yeah, you and your loved ones are safe. You are safe. Like, your brain is not trying to attack you. You're on the same team. Teach and share. Wow, there might be something that you're learning right now that you're going to be able to help others with, you know? Maybe it's just learning this tactic, this thing, you know, and you'll be able to help others use the same tactic to not fall victim to their own selves, you know. Respect your physical body. I mean, that helps your mind, you know. Eating right helps your mind. Listening to your body, relaxing, rejuvenate, detoxing. That's what it says. So yeah, I don't know. You know, like how you hunker down, nurturing. You like when you're hunkering down in the woods in a snowstorm, you know, you ain't going nowhere. I really feel like that's kind of how you need to be. Even though it might be nice outside, you really should think about just kind of coming into yourself and really focusing on your inner world today. Explore your creative side. Maybe do something creative to help you kind of work through this. You know, maybe that's cooking. You know, that's a great way to respect your physical body. You know, cooking a nourishing meal for yourself, something that, you know, brings you nostalgia and helps your body. You know, these kinds of things. Maybe it's just painting, you know, I don't know, drawing, and whatever it is for you. Damn, get into nature. Okay, so that's kind of opposite of what I was saying. Yeah, no, I felt like I didn't need another card, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna, I don't think I need another card, but maybe that is getting into nature too, you know. I don't think this is just saying like stay inside, I guess. Maybe it's just saying like you can like recenter the way that you know how, whether you're a homebody or whether that's just going outside on a walk by yourself, you know. Respect your physical body the way that you feel is best for you. Man, this was an interesting one, but I really feel like this is crucial. This might be rough to go through, but it's going to lead you to a really great place. So understand that like the things that are being sacrificed, the things that are falling apart are necessary to gain this. So keep going. You got this. And yeah, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. If you are interested in my content, please check out my Patreon or my personal reading inquiry email down below. That's all in the description. If this resonated for you, let me know how in the comments. Give me a like or comment or subscribe or whatever. I don't give a shit. It would really help me out. But if not, it's all good. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Bye.